Hello, my name is David Irigoyen. I'm a graphic designer from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, and I'm currently attending the University of Texas at El Paso, pursuing a degree in fine arts with a concentration of graphic design and a minor in drawing. Design has always been a passion for me since I was a kid, and that's why I choose it to be my career. First, I'm gonna talk about some posters I made for one of my graphic design classes, which consisted of creating a poster for a fictitious exhibition of famous artists or a famous art style in El Paso Museum of Art. And of course, one of the challenges was to represent the city in a way, but at the same style to show the art style that was being promoted. Promote the Vote was another assignment which consisted of elaborating a logo for a campaign to bring more people to vote in the elections and participate in politics. Besides that, I had to create three posters for such campaign in which I choose to aim it to more younger generations, which are the largest voting group but still the one that votes the least. Dystopia Press was an assignment focused more in the packaging design, for which I choose a press company who published dystopian novels such as Clockwork Orange and The Man in the High Castle. The real task for this project was to make it fit to a real object, in this case, to make the book jackets to put it in actual books. Of course, the overall design of them was a challenge because I had to depict an image for the book, but at the same time to be coherent with a familiar design that united all of them. I also had to do a branding identity for this company, which consisted of presentation cards, standard guides, envelopes, etc. Now, moving on to my actual works outside school, I worked for a small time with some independent rappers from El Paso, which commissioned me to make the artwork for their albums. The first one was Six Sage, an artist that incorporates a lot of cartoons in his music, especially from Warner Brothers. The second one was Chris in a Song, who in contrast uses a lot of references from the movie Scott Pilgrim, which is also a graphic novel. I worked for 3 years for the Department of Residence Life at UTEP as a webmaster slash graphic designer, and in that time I made a ton of work. One of the biggest designs I made was to create maps for the residency complexes, so the students will know where everything was located. And this project was really tough because I didn't have any blueprints to make these maps. I had to look the buildings up in Google Earth, and from there I used the aerial view image to do the design. Then, with the help of staff, they told me where all the key elements were located. Another one of the biggest projects I had in my work was to do flyers for the events we had at Residence Life. The department organized events each week for the students to come and have fun. And considering we have three properties and each one had one or two or more events weekly, at the end the number of flyers I made overall was almost 200. The flyers weren't the only designs I made for the department. I also made a lot of posters to advertise different tasks or events happening in residence life for the students or some major events. These designs usually made them in poster version and a web version which were designed to fit in the social medias. One of my favorite clients during college was Senator Tania Mariscal. She was a friend of mine who admired my work and asked for my help to advertise and design the media for her campaign. I did all the poster and small paper version which will be handed out to students to show her proposals. I'm very proud to say that the campaign was a success and she did got elected as a senator and she even was the one who had the most votes of all the elected senators. Here are some of the logos that I designed while in college for my assignments. Starting from left to right is Dystopia Press, which I already explained. Lyft, which was a transportation company focused on more environmentally friendly alternative fuels. Rescue Mission of El Paso, which is an actual company, but we had to do them a new image. Hallelujah Barbecue as well was a complex inside Rescue Mission. Rancho, which was a restaurant focused in organic food menu. And lastly, Promote the Boat, which I explained before too. Now, for the logos that I actually got paid for are Take Two, which is an entertainment blog focused on concerts and local bands in Juarez, Mexico. Then we have Residence Hall Association, which was a student organization in UTEP, which focused in listening the needs of residents at UTEP. Quorum was a political group at Universidad Autónoma Metropolitana in Mexico City, which focused on trying to resolve the problems of the common student in the campus. Pink Cheese is a collective of artists in the Paso del Norte metropolitan area that focuses on creating web content. Decoren is a local furniture business in Juarez that sells all kind of home furniture. Comunitas was a student lecture group in Mexico City too that focused on the enrichment of knowledge to create better students. Anonymous Morse is a company that specializes in advertising and solving marketing problems for other companies. And the last one was the logo I made for Tanya's campaign, as I said. I had the honor to be admitted into three different galleries so far, all in El Paso, Texas. First one was the 2016 Juilliard Student Art Show at the Rubin Center with my Seymour Schwartz poster. Later, in the Point of View show in the Glass Gallery, with a series of drawings doing a zoom on a scene. And lastly, on the second annual exhibiton at the Glassbox Gallery with my Dystopian Press books. Thank you very much for listening to me and to look at my work in this presentation.